Hey guys, what's going on? Something I wanted to talk about is something that I've gotten a lot of questions on, and I have seen really misunderstood across a lot of my own athletes and just a lot of athletes in general. Something that I've injured myself doing, and it's the common question: how to get tight in a press? How do we tighten our back to get tight for the bench press or for an overhead press? And a lot of people really misunderstand that. It's pretty obvious to everyone and a common cue that you need to get tight, but there's a lot of direction and muscles in the back. How do we actually know we're doing it the correct way? So there's two main movement patterns that can cause tightness: retraction and depression. Retraction is pulling something together. Depression is pressing it down. What do I preach about everything, every lift? Pressure down, right? So depression is going to be the right answer. And let me show you the difference between the two. So retraction, the wrong way, is here. Depression is here. Okay? Notice that nothing is coming together in the back. It's all going down. Mostly with my lats. Okay? This is the same skill a bodybuilder needs to bring their lats out, except it's just a little bit more down here. We don't care about the show, we care about the pressure downward, the tightness and the tension, okay? So, backing up a little bit, I've talked about angles in the past and why they're important, whether you're training for strength or you're training for physique and size. So, notice what happens, and let me correct myself. Retraction isn't the wrong way, but when we're talking about strength, it is the wrong way. In bodybuilding, it is going to be necessary because we want to expose the pec, right? So look, when I retract, I've got a lot more stretch here, okay? Exposure. When I depress, there's not a whole, there's some, but it's not like an isolation stretch right on the pec, okay? Let's talk about it in the overhead press, because this is where we actually get to see a lot of technique flaws. I actually got a bar here, okay? Retraction. Okay? Kind of a common misconception in the overhead press that this idea of coming down here and then throwing your upper body through is the right way. I don't know how it got to be that way. I have a guess it's because someone was trying to put up more weight than they can handle and they needed some extra momentum. But this is not correct for the overhead press. There's a ton of spinal flexion in there and movement. That's not okay. Now let's talk about the right way to do it when we depress the lats. You've heard me talk about the stack, so I want you to pay attention to my body. I'm not going to point it out for you because it's pretty fucking obvious. I'm depressed. My lats are forward under the bar. I can still come down to a full range of motion, okay? Here, did anything move? Is anything out of a straight line except my fat ass? No, okay? Now there's a couple things going on besides just the depression. But that sets us up to be in the best position. That's the start. Watch from the back. Retraction, Do you notice any shoulder rotation? Me neither. Now watch. Depressed. Full rotation on the shoulders. Now this is where it gets fun. I've had people try to tell me that overhead pressing is not a good exercise for bodybuilding because it really only develops the front delt. That's true if you're pressing wrong. If you're pressing from a retracted shoulder blades or scapula and doing this, yeah, that's all front delt because of what I explained earlier about the exposure. If you truly want full shoulder development in bodybuilding and in strength, overhead press is one of your best bets because of the rotation. Look, how could I not develop my shoulders? Okay?